Hello there, and welcome to another Super Mario Maker 2 episode. Today's going to be an interesting episode because we're going to be reviewing some of the more interesting moments from my last month of being on Twitch, first month of being a streamer, and I must say I've been having a really fun time playing these games for the community, having this sort of fun banter I guess we have back and forth during the games when I'm playing well or not playing well, more so on the latter. But so I want to do some sort of a quick top 10 that would be reminiscent of this first month. Now, I was trying to think of how to designate it. If it was going to be by clear rate, then sometimes you'll have an easy level that just hasn't been cleared yet. If it was going to be hardest, that might be up to the eyes of the beholder. So I decided to do what were my proudest moments. So which ones did I think I either learned something or really enjoyed or were a really difficult challenge that I was able to overcome, and rank it that way. Okay, so I hope you enjoy seeing a highlight of these 10 moments that I've gathered for you. Number 10. Okay, we're good. Okay, so here we just have to book it. So here we just have to go through the door that we freed. Same dealie right there and up. Now, assuming we built ourselves a nice enough ladder, we can go through here. This leads us to a claw to the beginning, which then we just go. Yes! So there we go, that was fun. So the neat part about this whole level was that you had to, on your way down through the level, which I didn't show, you have to prepare everything for when you start coming back up. So you need to have the foresight to try and get through the back of the level as you're going through it the first time, which I usually didn't do, and I had to kind of learn things the hard way. But it was kind of neat by the time you got back to sort of each of the spots that you kind of went through originally, all the stuff that you did, making sure that you got the fire flower to hit away the ice blocks, make sure that you built the coin staircase by jumping through those coins correctly so you could jump over, and those sorts of things. Once you did all that and got back to the beginning, it was kind of a unique feeling of like, wow, I planned this far in advance to beat this level here. So anyway, I thought it was kind of a cool moment, something I was proud of that I was able to accomplish. Number 9. Okay, here we go. So speed run, 20 seconds. Let's see how we do here. Fortunately, cure rate doesn't look too low, so it doesn't look like it would be possible for me to do. Oh wow, this is cool. Woo! That was a nice level. That was really fluid. I really like the indicators you had there. Okay, so the reason why I was proud of this level was actually just because I managed to beat it in the first try. Now, the indicators are really good, so it was definitely possible to beat in the first try without too much difficulty, but I remember being kind of surprised that I was actually able to do this without dying once, so I was even more proud because the following level I also didn't die, and it was also kind of a tough level, but didn't record properly, so I was unable to add it to the list. But anyway, so a really good level, and pretty proud that I beat it in one try. Number 8. Yeah, it's good advice there. It's just a matter of finding that rhythm. It's going to take a little bit of getting there and back to find the rhythm there. Oh, that feels so good to get through that nicely. There we go. I tried the rhythm. It worked. Come on. I should be careful that I'm not gonna... Oh wait, I think I see it. I think I see it. Yes! So this one I actually quite enjoyed the entire level, but some of the levels are slower than other parts, so I didn't want to show the whole thing, but was definitely proud of that ability to get through that section. Specifically, I had to learn how to jump and use the hammer, so I had to kind of change the way I held the controller to be able to do that correctly, so that was nice. And even getting through the bomb section by using the hammer properly with the right rhythm was something that felt really satisfying when you actually did that properly. So in general, the whole level was fun. Recommend you try the whole thing, but anyway, so I was pretty proud of the accomplishment there.
Number 7.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one to have missed them. I guess because at the time that you see those, you don't necessarily know why you would need them, and then you kind of forget that there would be some use to them. Okay, I really need to do that section. Oh. Here more consistently somehow. That was close to better. Yes! Oh, there we go. Finally, I made that level look way harder than it was, and I got the world record! So this one was pretty fun, pretty creative level. I really liked the way you had to change between all the costumes during the level, and the indicators are very nicely put, and I very nicely ignored most of them on my first few times through. But yeah, it was very well designed, and if you're able to execute everything properly, to use every costume the way you needed to get to the end, helped that I got the world record, was pretty cool accomplishment to have beaten this level. So yeah, definitely a good level too.
Number 6.
Slow down there a little bit so I don't knock off the Yoshi, but not turn around. There we go, come on, please, 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 please! There we go, something like this. Yes! 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 Oh my gosh! Here's where it starts getting a little more interesting, because at this point in the list is when, during the level while I was playing it, I was starting to get the sense of maybe I should just give up because I don't think it's going to be possible. But actually being able to execute that, grab the shell, go to the Yoshi, throw the shell up, jump on the Yoshi, jump up, grab the shell, go through the pipe, run through and do everything to get to the end properly there was super cool. This was a very fun puzzle speed run. Unfortunately, I've kind of like taken the punchline by showing you the end, but this was a very weird way to beat the level that was not necessarily obvious from the beginning, and was pretty proud I found it and was be able to execute it.
Number 5.
I don't know, maybe I'll try for 15 more minutes. I'm pretty sure I'll beat it, but I want to get a chance to do the other levels too. Worst case, I would finish on YouTube, but I feel like I should be able to beat this in the next few tries. Oops. There we go. Good. Whoa! Tornadoes aren't always consistent. Okay. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Recently I was doing this smarter. I think this is what I was doing. Right. Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness! Wow, that was a bit of a doozy, again, for someone like me who's... Whoa, I even got the world record? That's crazy. I feel like most of the time I ever have to play a hard 3D World level, I have to kind of relearn all the controls for 3D World, because I'm more tuned for the earlier 3 levels, but this one was really neat, having to do a lot of those twirl jumps in the air, and having to just learn all of the different things you need to do to get around without touching the floor. A lot of stuff in terms of going back on thwomps and jumping on thwomps and that sort of thing, so definitely a lot of interesting ideas in this level. Definitely enjoyed it, and it was felt like quite the accomplishment to finally be able to beat.
Number 4.
Yes! Okay, and then there was this level. So when I got this one on the stream, it was actually 0 to 5,000 clears. We can see there's been a few more clears since then. The reason why this isn't higher on the list is because I had to beat it after the stream as opposed to during the stream. But it was still pretty hard to get through that. Lots of very precise jumps, and it is an amazing feeling once you finally get to that goal.
Number 3.
At least this part doesn't feel like such a grind doing the shell jumps anymore. Okay, back here. Okay. Oh, thank God. Please be a checkpoint somehow. Yes! God have mercy. So this one, the video probably didn't do it justice as to why this felt like a good accomplishment for me, but this was actually the first time I had to force myself to learn how to do shell jumps. And not only that, you have the first part in the beginning of what I showed there, that where you have to do those 2 consecutive shell jumps, and then there's a lot of very difficult stuff you have to do afterwards. So if you fail that, you have to redo those 2 shell jumps, where if you don't know how to shell jump, that's quite a big task. So but anyway, so I was pretty proud to be able to do those shell jumps and get through that section. I have a whole video on this on YouTube on how I'll go through it, but this was just the highlight for me of this level.
Number 2.
Was I jumping there right away? Might have been. There we go. Okay, maybe jump right away here. There we go, something like that. Okay. Yes! Zero time left. Woo! I didn't even edge the last one like you were saying. I mean, I could have done a little better there, but holy smokes. That was a good level. Thank you very much. So this one was pretty cool because I was getting pretty close to just giving up on this one so I could kind of move ahead to some of the other stages, but it was actually the audience who cheered me on and basically said they really wanted to see this level beat, gave me the confidence I needed to really try and get through the level. So being able to get through everything, with having to fight your urge to hold the back button to go left when you can only ever go right, had a really interesting twist to the level, and it felt really cool being able to get through all of it, and definitely felt really proud getting to the end. So anyway, yeah, that was a great level.
And number 1.
Yes! 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 Okay, so then there's this level. So this may or may not have looked like a more or less difficult challenge than some of the other ones that I've already shown, but the challenge here, or there's a couple things. One was doing the, as was dubbed during the stream, the butt jump, so that you can actually get past the shell and shoot it the right direction so you can keep going. But the other was doing the actual shell jump to get to the goal. So you have to do the whole first part of the level consistently and get to that end and do the shell jump. And if you're consistent with shell jumps, then that's not going to be that big of a deal. But if you're not consistent with shell jumps, like me, that is going to be a pretty big deal to be able to actually execute that properly. This was another level where I thought for sure I was going to have to give up as soon as I saw I was going to have to do a shell jump at the goal. Even though I had had practice from Shell's Madness before, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that in terms of, instead of being able to practice all the time like I had in Shell's Madness, just being able to come up with it on the fly and just randomly be able to do that shell jump properly. So for me, this one I felt like I had really accomplished something when I beat this level, that I really learned something, and I was able to combine a bunch of different challenging elements of playing this game into one small level. So that concludes this list. I'm sure we'll have really cool levels and lots of fun stuff happening in later streams. I guess leave a comment below which one you thought was the most difficult, or if you have any ideas of other top 10 lists that we might want to do from streams going forward. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.